Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jason from Straight Edge Knives, and today we definitely have a different video for you today because we're not talking about a knife today. We're talking about a flashlight. I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, hey, knives are obviously awesome tools. They're great for all sorts of different things, but flashlights are an awesome tool to have as well, and something that everybody should probably carry around. Maybe not necessarily this size for everyday carry, but as I progress into more flashlight reviews, we will be getting into some EDC type flashlights. But today, I wanted to go over this Fenix HT18 hunting flashlight. Don't let the name fool you. You can actually use this for way more than just hunting. But it was primarily advertised as a hunting light because of the amount of distance that this beam can go, which is pretty crazy. I've had this flashlight since June of 2023. Here we are, February of 2024. So I have used this light quite a bit. Really like it, and that's why I decided, for a flashlight review, I was gonna kind of make this the first light that I did, because I've had some experience with it, and I really like this thing, and I think you will too. And my goal here is not necessarily to go over the full unboxing and be super spec specific, if that makes sense. Um, it's to focus more on the use of it and demonstrate how it works essentially. How I'm going to try to do this where I'm going to, after we go over this rough overview. I'm sorry, I can't even think how I'm going to say this. After we go over this rough overview, I'm basically going to wait till it gets dark, and then I'm going to go out. I'm going to show you how this light functions at night, like what kind of realistic distances are maybe that we can see how the light goes. That doesn't make sense. Scratch that. Restart all. Basically what I want to do is show the performance of this light, and maybe that will help you determine if maybe this is something you need in your kit and something you want to use for everyday carry, or something you want to keep in your truck or take out in your camper or anything like that. But again, this is primarily touted as a hunting flashlight, and as you can see, it does have a large bevel. Now don't let that fool you. This is surprisingly, for the amount of light that this thing throws out, it's not that big of a light, which is very surprising. I mean, yeah, it does have this larger head here, kind of thinner body, but you can see, put my hand around it. Yeah, it's got some size to it, but man, the amount of light that throws is amazing. So let's go over real quick some of the quick specs on this. I'm talking about the different modes. You have a turbo mode, which is 1500 looms. You have a low mode that's 30 looms for 61 hours at 160 meters distance. Medium is 150 looms, 20 hours, 15 minutes runtime, 300-meter distance. High, you have 500 looms, 4 hours, 15 minutes runtime, 570 meters. And then turbo, the highest output is 1500 looms, 1 hour, 40 minutes at 925 meters. So this is essentially touted as basically throwing a light beam distance of 1,011 yards. Now, realistically, this is what I want to do with my light reviews. Let's be realistic about that. Am I going to be able to see something at maybe something large like a house or something like that at 1,000 yards lighting up a flash? But if you're trying to use this as a hunting light and you light up a rabbit, yeah, you're not going to probably see that rabbit at 1,000 yards. That's probably literally the tail end distance that this light beam is going to travel. So realistically, I would say that small things, smaller objects, maybe not get lit up as well at 1,000 yards, but between 0 to 500 yards, yeah, you're lighting some stuff up. 700 yards, quite possibly as well. And we're going to try to test that out. We're going to go out to a orchard here when it gets dark, and we're going to mark off some spots, and we're going to try to show distances from the low, medium, high, and turbo. Okay. Uh, but it's pretty much a 1500 lumen flashlight. It does come with this is the older model. There is a newer model that just came out that has a charging port on the side, but this comes with a rechargeable battery, which is very nice. You just unscrew the tail cap, pop the battery out. It takes a USB-C charger, so if you have a newer Android phone or anything like that, you can literally use your phone cord to charge it. But there is one that comes in the box. It has a USB on one end and the USB-C on the other, or you can, like I said, use your phone charger if you have an Android. That works as well. It also came with, I just so happen to still have the box. That's why I'm kind of got some of this information here. It also comes with two lenses, since it is a hunting light. Let's show you guys these lenses real quick. It comes with a green, you can see that, and a red lens for hunting applications. I'm not 100% sure what the difference is between the green and the red as far as hunting applications goes. I do know they help, maintain your night vision if you're out hunting at night, things like that. I also believe that some animals can't see those colors. So if you're like looking for an animal specific, and you got the flashlight with the red or green cover on, it will help them not maybe scare the animals away. If you are a hunter and you use a flashlight for hunting all the time, please sound off in the comments below and let me know. Really like to know that, because learning like everybody else does. But essentially, I'm going to put the green, kind of just snaps right down there into the bezel. It's on there pretty good. It's not going to fall out on you. It does have a little tab here so you can pop it off, but you can see the green there. So with the tail switch, you can turn the light on, and then there's a mode button right here. You see that? So this actually will fluctuate you through your different, you can see that's low, medium, high, turbo, I believe. And then if you press and hold it down, you go into strobe mode. So I kind of did that with a green cap on so it doesn't blow your face out, because this thing is super bright. But if at the end of the day you don't need the cap, you can just pop that right off, and now you got your back to your light. And you know what, let's do this. Let's go right here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and kind of see the modes. There's your strobe. So it's kind of hard to see obviously during the daytime. It does have the nice tactile tail cap, so you can audible click. You can hear that. And then you have your monetary. You can kind of lightly press it and kind of go on and off. So it works really good. Again, the distances that you can see this light though are amazing. It has a really tight beam that goes a really long ways. So if you're looking to spot something at distance, you're out in the field camping or anything like that, you can definitely do that. If you were out on a long backpacking trip or something like that, and you got lost, got caught in a storm, you're lost, and now the helicopters are swirling looking for you or whatever, you shine this puppy up in the air on turbo mode or with the strobe on, they're going to know where you're at, because it almost looks like you got a Star Wars lightsaber blasting up into the sky. And I'll try to show that on the camera tonight. Hopefully it comes out looking good and you guys can see how crazy long this thing is. For quick reference, what I'm going to do is where I'm sitting at to a certain spot in my yard that I'm going to flip the camera around and show you right now. So I'm sitting right here. All the way across my yard this way, there's 2 chairs. I walked it out. It's roughly 60 yards. So tonight, I'll be able to show you from this spot to the chairs, the low, medium, high, and strobe at 60 yards. And then we're going to go out to the field, and we're going to push it out to 100, 200, 300 yards if we can, just so you guys can really see distances. It'll try to be a nice flat area, so you can really kind of gauge the length and distance. So stand by, let me show you guys where I'm talking about right now. Flip this right here. Hey, how you doing? Forgive the yard, it's been raining a lot lately. Today's probably one of the sunny days we've had, but if we shoot all the way across to there, that is 60 yards where those 2 chairs are, right there. Okay, so here a little bit later on tonight, once it gets dark, we will go from this spot. We will take this light, give you a nice up close look at it. It's got an aluminum body. It is waterproof rated to, I think, 2 meters or something like that. So definitely don't want to leave it submerged, but if you do drop it in the water real quick, you snatch it out, you'll be all right. But definitely want to be able to give you guys a look at how amazingly far this light will shine. So we'll see you in just a little bit once it gets dark. Hopefully the cucuys don't come out. And then if we do, we can light them up. And I guarantee you I got a knife on me too. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Stand by. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chase from Straight Edge. Now it's okay, it's gotten dark out here, and as I said before, I'm going to do this 60 yards from the point that I was sitting at to those chairs, and we're going to start off with the lowest setting. So we're going to turn it on. So right around there is 60 yards, and those are where the chairs are. So we're going to go up to the next setting, which would be medium. As you can see the chair there in the ground. You can kind of see up the trees as well. And then if you go to high, definitely lights up the area. So those are the 2 chairs over there. And then if you kind of come up, you can see I can light up the top of the trees there easily. And then this is turbo. So turbo is super bright, and you can see easily coming up the trees, no problem. So we're going to kick it back down to low. Forgot to show you the top of the trees are low. So you can kind of on the camera it looks a little brighter than maybe what it is in person, but I mean you can still see up there if you had to see something. But let's press and hold down the turbo button. There's your strobe, and you can see it has a multitude of strobing effects. Bam, turn that off. Cool. All right, so what we're going to do next is I'm going to throw one of these filters on here. So here's the red filter, and we'll do this out there too in the field. But this is low setting with the filter on. You can kind of see some red, barely, a little bit, like here it is on the ground, but not very bright, right? So we'll go up to the next setting. Definitely a lot better. So that's medium. There's the chair right there. That's high. And that's turbo. So you can definitely see up there if you're trying to preserve your night vision. You can still definitely get some good light out there. Let's kick it back down to low, and then let's switch it over to the green. Yeah, there it is, the green one. So there's the green on low. You can kind of see it right here on the ground. I come up, you can't really see the chair over there with the green. Kick it up to medium. Still a little bit harder to see, but it's starting to get out there. You can see here it is on the ground. That's high. So now you can see the chair out there a little bit. It's hard to make it out exactly though with everything else being green. And then that's turbo. So definitely a lot brighter, but you can see you can kind of get up into the trees as well. So there's your red and green filter at 60 yards. And there's the chair again, you can see. And so now we're gonna stop the video, and then we're gonna head out, and we're gonna start going out to 100, 200 yards, something like that. All right, stand by, everybody. All right, so before we head out to the orchard, one thing I wanted to point out to you guys is there's several trees all around my neighborhood. You can kind of see some right there, and I wanted to show you guys how easily this will light up treetops and things at a distance. So, all right, this palm tree is in my neighbor's backyard. You can see way over there. Those trees are pretty far away. You kind of see that. These are the tops of some of my trees right here. Easily light up. So these palm trees are 2 houses down from me, and then that top of that house way over there, that is literally down at the end of my cul-de-sac and across the street. So kind of gives you an idea of how far this light will throw a beam. That's my neighbor's house. So yeah, if you definitely had to come out and search your backyard or anything like that, definitely have the power to do it with this light. All right, everybody, we're out here in this orchard. I'm gonna have my son walk all the way down out to 100 paces with a flashlight. As you can see, this is pretty long, pretty far. I think what we might even be on this setting. So that's low, as you can see there. Kind of see pretty decent. That is medium. Ignore the cars going by. High, you can see there. Turbo, you can see it's pretty long ways down there. And then there's your strobe. So what we'll do now is I'll have my son go down there with a flashlight. When he gets to 100 yards, we're going to go through all the modes, and we'll show what we're working with. All right, everybody, here we go. So if you can see that little white dot down there, that's 100 yards. That's where my son's standing. We're going to go ahead and turn the light on. So here we go. That's low right there. You can't really, I mean, you can see his light, but you can't see necessarily him. There you go. Now that's medium. As you can tell, there is a person there. You can kind of see him. We go high, definitely lighten them up now so you can see that there's a body there. And then really high, you can really see that there's somebody there. So let's kick this back down to low, and we're going to put on the red filter. So you can see the red filter there in the trees. Red filter on low, can't really, you can just see his light. Medium, you're kind of starting to get there. When you get to high, you're definitely starting to notice that there's a person there. And then turbo definitely lights up the field, and you can see that there is possibly something there. You can't really make out what it is, but you can see there's somebody there. And then with the strobe, that's kind of the effect you get. So we're going to head and kick this back down to low. Switch out for the green filter. That's how easy it is to switch filters out. So this is low, and you can't hardly tell that there's a light on at all. There you go. We're going to kick it up to medium. Still kind of having a hard time discerning. Medium is, the green filter I feel is definitely for more up close stuff. There is high, and you can barely kind of tell. And then that's turbo. So as you can tell with turbo, it's, the light's getting out there, but it's definitely kind of harder to tell what's going on. So I feel like the green is definitely more of a up close type thing, where the red will get you a little bit more distance. So let's kick that back down to low, and we're going to have them move out to 200 yards. Cool. Alrighty. All right, so where you guys saw that flashlight moving around at, that is 200 yards. That's where my son's standing at with the light. You can still kind of see it right out there. So here we go. This is low, no filters. Low, I mean, you can't really see much. I can see him because he's holding the light, but other than that, I can't tell there's a body down there. So we're going to kick it up to medium. Okay, I'm starting to see there's some sort of a shape out there. High, I can definitely make out that there's a shape. And then turbo, definitely lighten him up. He's down there. I could see his outline. Hopefully this translates good on the video. Strobe, you can kind of see, you get that strobe effect. The green filter, I'm not even going to mess with, because at 100 yards you could barely see. But we're going to go ahead. That was low on the red filter. That's medium right here. That's high. And that's turbo. So even on turbo, it may look like it's super bright down there, but it's not. I can't hardly, I mean, the only reason why I could tell that he's there is I could see his flashlight. So at 200 yards, the red's not really going to project as far as you would think. So I think with the red and the green's definitely 100 yards or closer. Red, you can push it out to 200. Past that, I think the red and green filters really aren't going to be very useful. So let's kick that down to low, and then we'll have him, I'm going to have him move out to 300 yards. And when he gets to 300, I'm going to have him kind of wave the flashlight up and down, so we can kind of see where we're going from there. Sounds good. We'll see you in a second. All right, guys. If you could move the light up and down. All right. So right there, that's 300 yards. Okay. That's 300 yards right there. So we're going to turn the light on. So obviously with low, I mean, I can barely make out that there's something there. And mostly it's because he's got the light in his hand. Kick it up. Looking with my naked eye, I can see some reflection off of his sweatshirt a little bit. Now I'm definitely getting to where I can see that there is something there. Can't quite tell what it is, but I can tell there is an object in the middle of this aisle. And then when you get up to high, I can definitely tell that there's something in the middle of the aisle. Can't tell what it is. If I didn't know, like, I might suspect it'd be a pipe or a dog or something. Obviously, if it was a dog, you could probably see some reflections in the eyes. But if you kind of come up here, I mean, you can kind of get an idea of how well this lights it up. So I will have him go to 400, and we'll probably, I think that's probably, actually, I think he's pretty much at the end of the orchard right now from what I can kind of tell. So we'll just go ahead and stop right there at 300. So at 300 yards, you could definitely see something going on down there. The red and green filter, I'm not even going to mess with as far as that goes at that distance, because like I said, once you got past 200 with the red, and it was really about 100 with the green. But yeah, we could see that there is somebody down there, or something down there, you know. So that works pretty good. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of roll this around through the orchard. This is low, so you can tell we're in an orchard. Kind of looking around like this, like, hey, there's some trees. But definitely as you look at that, just that jump right there, you went from low, you're like, okay, there's a few trees I can see. Bam, you get up here and like, oh, okay, there's a lot more. Okay, now there's really a lot more. And now you can really start to see. So you can definitely tell that there is a huge difference from low to turbo, and definitely lights up. If you got to get up here and look up in the trees, things like that, you're like, okay, what's going on up here? Is there anything up here? Definitely see that as well. And then remember I was telling you, you guys think this thing's like a lightsaber, look at, it's a lightsaber in the sky. So like I said, if you had to get some attention of a rescue plane or something to that effect, you could definitely do so if you are stuck out in the woods. So there you go, guys. Let's actually, this is a big flat field. This is turbo. I mean, you could see, you could definitely shine the light out there and get a good idea of, you know, if there's something, somebody, a vehicle, anything like that. So this could definitely be a good light to use in a rescue situation. If you're EMS, fire, law enforcement, anything like that, definitely would highly recommend this light. Even just for camping, hiking, things like that. If you're in really, really dark areas, you can definitely light it up. Definitely get some throw out there to see what's going on. Or if you're a hunter, it's definitely a good light. Like I said, at, you know, anywhere from 100 to 300 yards, you can definitely see what's going on. You know, any farther than that, it'd have to be something pretty big, or you're looking for eyeballs, I would say. But for most purposes, this light's going to be a really good light for somebody if you had to really throw some light down. So there it is, guys. That is the Fenix HT18. Awesome, pretty cool damn light. I would highly suggest picking one up. I'm running this thing on turbo right now. It's still pretty cool. I know sometimes people worry about it getting hot. I just flash you guys out, but I'm holding my hand in front of the light, so yeah, look, you see my veins and stuff. But I just blinded myself. But it's definitely a cool light, and I would definitely suggest getting one. Like I said, that 1,000-yard claim, you know, you're kind of getting at the very, very tail end of the light there. But there you guys go. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay sharp, and hey, stay tuned for some more flashlight reviews, because I got a few others to do, and hopefully I'll get some more. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.